right, maybe we can start. So welcome everyone to join our today's webinar. Actually, today is going to be a real case study sharing from one of our partners in Vietnam. And also the DJI local partner is called Robobos. And we are very glad to invite the Mr. Ryan and also who is the person to conduct a search and rescue for law enforcement in Vietnam place. So later, Ryan is going to explain more details about a case study for public safety, especially for the law enforcement search and rescue for a criminal. It's going to be based on a real case study. So later, Ryan is going to do his presentation. So before that, it's also in the last month, we have the DJI. There is one conference in Europe, which is called the European the Place Conference. DJI also have a panelist there. So in today's webinar, I will also be happy to share some information and also some of the use cases from the European side. And Ryan later is going to explain more about himself and also to introduce the real case experience in the Vietnam. So to use the M30, M30T, and also together with the FlyHub 2. So I probably is going to spend around 15 minutes to introduce some of the information from DJI side, especially I think in the APAC region, especially for the Southeast Asia. So this is our first time to do the webinar. So also want to share some information from DJI side about our current status, especially we have the Dock 2 launched in the March, which will be a new product for the public safety. So later I will hand over to Ryan. So I will directly continue my presentation. So later I will hand over to Ryan. Ryan can do more presentation by himself and also about his Decker. So this is our what we always want to pursue is to integrating the drone technology in the law enforcement. And from our side, like public safety, especially for the law enforcement, is always the first priority for the drone technology to save the people's life and also to reduce the risk for the police officer. So this is our the rise of the drone technology, and starting from the 2006 when DJI was founded, and we have the first the DJI the products like the consumer for the Phantom around 10 years ago. So some of the players already use the DJI the drone technology for law enforcement, especially in the US or Europe. So after that, we have the DJI Enterprise products, like starting from the 2017. So with the M600, after that we have the M200, and especially when we have the Mavic 2 Enterprise Advanced, which we have the small drone, the thermal payloads, thermal camera. And after that, we have the M300, which is very good platform, and for the high performance payload, like for the M30T, which is very good product for the law enforcement. So this is after that, we have the open ecosystem. Like 2 years ago, we have the FlyHub 2, which could be the cloud-based cooperative platform that we can synchronize the information between the drone and the command center. So the drone is not just a standalone equipment, and then to become an interactive system together with the FlyHub 2 and the DJI drones, and also the officers in the office. So this is for the FlyHub 2, and also we can enable the DJI drones like the open cloud API, and also for the MSDK to the third party. So most important, or before that, all the product is still based on the pilots, and we still need an officer to fly on site and with a remote controller to control aircraft to do the mission. But however, starting from the 2022, we launched the first generation of the Dock 1, and also in this year we launched the second generation of the Dock 2, which means we can do the remote operation with DJI Dock series. Later, I will also share one of the case from an Iceland place. They're using the Dock 1 for the volcano eruption monitoring. So this is about the overall advantage of the drone over the traditional methods. Like, of course, we can dramatically reduce the airborne cost, especially compared with helicopter, and also the drone is more easy to operate for the pilots or for the officer and compared with the helicopter. So, and also to reduce the risk of the evidence contamination, especially some of the law enforcement activities is in some very dangerous areas like mountain or some very dangerous locations. So we can also improve the safety of the police officer. And the most important, we can ensure the safety and the crowd control at a large public events. So later, there will be one case study from the Belgium police. So like I said, for the past 10 years, starting from the consumer drones, and about 5 years ago, we have the enterprise, especially for the thermal. So the DJI enterprise drone has been hugely adapted by the global public safety customer. Like in the US, the airline is using the DJI, the drones for many different like the law enforcement activities, including the car crash with Mavic 3E for the quick mapping, and also with its M3T. Now probably they're using the DJI Dock for some of the daily work. And also in most of the European countries, if you look at it from the right top of the image, almost every country of the Europe is using the DJI drones for the law enforcement. And starting from the Mavic to Enterprise Advanced, and then to the M300, and then to the Dock now, and also in the UK, and also in not just in the US or the Europe, and we also have the very huge group of the customer in Southeast Asia, like for Thailand for the search and rescue, for the M3T, and also we have other places in Malaysia, Indonesia, and across the Southeast Asia. So this is also one of the topic that Ryan is going to describe one of the use case from Vietnam. So this is what I want to share today. It's actually an event in the April 16 to 17, which means it happened last month. It's the European Police Congress, which most of the Europeans, the police customer will gather together to share the latest technology for the public safety, law enforcement, search and rescue. So the DJI as one of the participants, we also have one of the DJI panel. So we invited two of our honorable guests. One is this speaker is from the Iceland place. He is going to share his experience about the DJI Dock 1. There is also another customer from the Belgium place, from Kama. So this is the two speakers to share their experience. So today I will also to share some very simple information from the panelist discussion. So this is the first one about the Kama place, which is if you can Google from for this customer, is one of the Belgium the place to cover several cities. So our speaker for the Kama is the two pilots. So he shares some of the very general and also very the mainstream use case, like the police officer use the remote controller to manually to control the drone, do some of the investigation or search and rescue. So this is some of the main use case for the Kama place, like for the event monitoring, for the crowd control, for the traffic control, for the illegal plantation investigation with a thermal camera, and also do a lot of research and rescue with the thermal camera. So this is some very typical use case, how they are going to use the drone manually to control to get the real-time information from the ground. So this is one of the typical use case for the crowd control, like for some of the big public events, like for the demonstration or for some sports, like for the football game. So they can do some of the drone operation to have a clear vision about the traffic and also about the crowd's safety. So this is also they can do the traffic monitoring. This is simply based on the drone itself. So we can also use FlyHub tool, or we can also use some of the online the live platform to real time share the video to the backend server or the command center. So this is the benefit of the Kama the drone program, like to can do very quick deployment within 50 minutes, because just to fly the drone from the takeoff, the home point to the activity to fly about the activity area, so it's going to be very, very quick. And also to have less damage, because the pilot officer don't need to go to the site, actually just probably 2 kilometers away from the location. So this is about the cost, especially compared with some of the activities that has been done by the helicopter. So the drone or the UAV, especially for the DJI, the drone is much cost effective, like to see about 25,000 euro and per year compared with the helicopter. This is just for the camera place. So this is the next step, and also we can say about the history of the camera place, and starting from almost about 7 years ago, to use the DJI drones the first time as some of the consumer drones and do some of the internal proof of concept, and then they are going to use the drone for the first operation in the year 2012. So we can say, starting from the first operation now to do the joint box solution trial, it has been about 12 years. So we say it will be still will be a step by step, even for the place. So the second step for the camera is the first step is to try the technology, do some operation. The second is to make it a standard operation procedure. So in the year 2016, the camera place had their training program and also have the place academy. The main purpose is to guarantee the pilot or the place officer is operating the drone safely and regularly. So now in the year 2024, the camera place has around 10 pilots, and also they have trained a lot of the place officers, but they are just a part-time, not full-time. So next step, the local partner is also doing some trial with the camera place to do the joint box deployment. So which is especially for the Dock 2, which is more smaller compared with Dock 1, and also the capability is more powerful if you look at it from the software side, from the FlyHub 2. So the Dock 2 will be the next step for the camera place. And more interesting one to share is one of the Dock 1, which is the joint box solution, and from one of our clients from the Iceland place. So this is just to share how they are going to use the drones, and especially the DJI Dock 1 in the volcano eruption and crisis situation awareness. So this is very typical the drone operation in Iceland to do the volcano eruption monitoring and for the search and rescue. So if we look at the video, so the use of the drone in Iceland place has been since from the 2016, which about almost 8 years ago, and it has been scaled on nationwide. Maybe at the beginning, just 1 or 2 the pilots or the place officer to try to use the drone, and after that they do a lot of adoption, like they can use the drone for the monitoring activities and then do the search and rescue, and more typically this is for the volcano and the monitoring after the eruption. So we can say, if we just display again, so this is about the area for the people to live, and also very near is going to be the volcano. So after the volcano eruption, the place officer can use the drone quickly to warn the people to evacuate. So this is after we launch the DJI Dock, so we do some of the tests, and also finally the Iceland place decided to deploy one of the DJI Dock 1, and actually they are deployed several. So this is the first one of the Iceland place. They put the Dock 1 in some of the remote area. So which means if they have some emergent situation, the place officer don't need to go to the site. They can quickly activate the Dock 1 and take off the drone and do some of the first responder. So we can see about the video how they are going to deploy. So this is for the night. You can use the Dock 1 for some remote operation. So it's going to be a combination. Like after you install the DJI dock and the isolated place, they have more choice. Like sometimes they can also do the manual fly of the drone on the DJI dock, like to do some of the quick mapping. We can also see this is based on the thermal mapping. And also sometimes they can do the remote operation for the Dock 1 if there is some emergency. And also the pilot is not nearby the emergency location. So this is based on the thermal mapping. So this is the case, especially this is how the Dock 1 benefits the isolated place, especially if we look at here, it's going to be the volcano eruption. So if they do not have the dock, they have to take the drone and drive and to a safe location. It will take a lot of time. So with the DJI dock, they just remotely to activate the dock so they can fly the drone and to see some of the situation before the ground team arrive the location. So all these videos is captured by the Dock 1. And also because of the Dock 1 and can be responded very, very faster, so it will save a lot of time for the island place to warn the people to evacuate. So that will save the people to reduce the danger for the residents. I think this concept will be very useful the area for some of the countries like Indonesia or Philippines, which has a lot of volcanoes. And also there is not just for the dock, they also do some of other innovation technology, like for the spotlights, and they put the spotlight on the M300 or the M350. They can light the road, and also they can put some of the loudspeaker or so they can alarm the people to evacuate. So this is also a combination between the DJI dock and also the drone technology. So the dock will be more efficient and for some of the emergency, like the first to respond, and then to give some of the situation awareness or the situation and condition and to the remote command center. So they are going to have more information to give the commander to the ground team to do this rescue. So this is one of the actual case. It happened around, I think this year, 2024, January. So it's just a very early use case. So it really benefit a lot to the Iceland place. So they are also doing some other trial based on the Dock 2. And because Dock 2 is more smaller, so they are going to be able to put more Dock 2 in different locations to cover the whole Iceland, the main city. So if you have any interest about the case, especially for the Iceland, and of course we also have the case in the Swedish, the place to use the Dock 1 for some of the first responder. If you have interest, you can contact me. We can share more of the information. And also not just in the Europe, we also have the Dock case study from the Southeast Asia, or Australia, or the US. So this is just one of the typical use case for the Dock 1. But I guess most of the case especially in the Southeast Asia, is still based on it's also the mainstream use case in the global markets, like to use the pilots to use the remote controller to manually control the drone, do some of the quick deployments, and do the search and rescue. So this is actually what the Mr. Ryan is going to share to everyone about a real the criminal search activity or mission. So I think it happened in the last year. So I will hand over to Mr. Ryan to share about the experience, and also Mr. Ryan himself engaged in the activity. So he will know more details about this case. If you have more questions, you can ask in the chat box. Mr. Ryan will be happy to share more details. Hey Ryan, can you hear me?
Hi, Vic. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I will hand over the presenter to you. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Yeah. Thank you for sharing how I'm Ryan from the world. I'm a application research and product development director. So today I'm
Sorry,
introduce.
Brian, sorry to
Yeah?
interrupt. I wanted to open your camera.
Oh,
Yeah, because that everyone can see you. Yeah,
okay.
nice. Yes.
I'm have 15 years from work with Ron and application in infra management and monitoring in the scientist. So I have a small lab in Vietnam for research and development of our drone for the renewable and something for the application for the mapping, for the survey mapping, and for safety public and focus. We are focused in the renewable engineer and the public safety and forestry monitoring. So today I present a real case in how to the finding targets in the night in Vietnam. Yeah. On the morning, I have victim in a horrific rampage that left 3 people dead just under 2 hours, then left in the forest in a small village of the uh, south of Vietnam, nearby the. And the local police quickly quarantine and protect the spring ice play and as well make plan to the surround area to prevent a murder from the fighting to way the escape. To avoid intimidate local people on the way to escape. Yes, very dangerous. And have local police need to isolate around area survey around 20 kilometers square and quickly as well as make plan and aware from the local people to avoid the forest. And the murder had so crazy and left then black in the forest. From here, the house, the small house in here, and nearby the forest in a small villa. John and just black in the forest and the mountain around here. The chocolate. A large area was zoned for search. The large forest and the mountain area was dangerous. I was the pillar. The fort moved by about over 100 fort police and the local police, many professional equipment, and helicopter in Vietnam not usually in the case because the cost and is were not part implement plan yet. And shopkeepers save human both in time and money. A manpower inspection may take a long time for the cycle because in the Vietnam is very hot weather and in the high mountain very difficult to the contact to the limping or check around and the complex terrain may occur danger and the manpower inspection so it is guilty. Object three in the night we use a raw solution for the highlight with the thermal and visual camera to the located target in the short time and in the plane. For the first deployment and effect restrict around this side to the address. Avoid the shooting by the humanity policy of the Vietnam. Because they are actually in the Vietnam, the law policy not allow the police not shooting for the humanitarian policy. So we use the two rounds in here, and in the day we use for police and the snip dog to support for searching the target. The snip dog in around the corner and this correct and fight every time for searching. And within the night, we use M30T and M3T with the loudspeaker to the mobile surrender and the spotlight. The spotlight we have to the fighting to the night and will be pinpoint in a fly hub 2. In a fly hub 2 platform, the command center can be the monitoring, planning, or the talk with the team, with the surround team or rescue team. But easy to check that. In the nearby the mountain forest, the have a small command center where distributed, including the ground search team to the surrender and rescue and area team to mobile to an isolation team. On-site command here, an on-site commander in mobilize for in the small row here, and the Hamilton for the searching. In the with the manpower and snip dog and local police with the DJI M3T with the speaker in the day. We have the find the target for the 2D mapping and check everyone for the panorama picture or the record video and check around. And around with the pilot in support in the night, we use M30T and MCE spotlight and speaker and battery station for support because a nearby forest not support or in the morning for the power for the track station for the support. The workflow here, the first situation awareness, processing recovery, and danger detection, and for talk with the commander for the overview, project everything for complete and communicated at the moment. And the result, we have a wide photo, zoom thermal, and a panorama, and a 2D mapping project everything. And we use the landed team. We use the phone and take the pinpoint with the QR share with the platform and share directly in the Flyhook 2 and action tracking. We deploy the pro team, deploy the snipdog team, deploy the rescue team, and the suppression and the arrest team. So we have to compile everything with others. Of course, our team had five to raw the point, the fly, or the zone, project everything, and use the tag name with the color for the search and making in the mapping. And one team can be checked up with the handle manual or automatic mission from in the M3T or to search pattern around. And sync everything with the data, picture, video in the Flyhook 2 project on that for its zone by zone and combine it. And one more thing, you use the thermal camera in the night because we use the thermal camera in the night for easy to detect it. Because in the night the thermometer is human is higher and correct and free is lower. And detection, we take up around over 100 meters for detected. Here we how to calculate pixel on the target, M3T, in an 15 meter. But the resolution is not good. But we use with a warning with the palette thermal blocking mode for checking. And the final, we also think during on 3 days and the many local politics so tired and are not safety. And the dog could not serve a large area without a trainer or calming monitor. And the night also difficult police and a snip dog very control pattern and very dangerous and helicopter cannot be blocked. So we use a wrong solution is our highlight thermal visual thermal camera and visual camera with a pinpoint person to locate it in the target in a short time. What? We use the warning alarm thermal. The human to avoid in the tree within in the tower, the cave. The big term and the murder is here. So left in the forest, in the mountain, in into the cave and the mountain the hill. Right here. It's far away of 5.5 kilometers. So the wrong solution for it. And through camera we have compared with the traditional solution with the wrong solution. With the traditional small area in there, but with the wrong solution can be helpful in the night and all day. And with 14 and 60 polymer and with 3 snip dog. With the raw solution, we have 2 people with one color and one support. And many a lot of one day per time. And with the one fly, we can take up it over 30 minutes, around 15% battery with 7% battery with charge station. Efficiently full coverage and allow efficiency like teamwork with the resolution overall on everything for the data with the wide camera, with the thermal camera, with the 2.D mapping, or can check panorama or overview easy with the Eagle view mode. And with the Fly Hub 2 platform, so we are powerful for the real time and be improved. And for the arsenal, because we had new thinking with the old man in the terminal, the modern light run can use the infrared, the temperature, the determine human body temperature, and how quickly for checking and fighting for exit. In for the body, we can find the motor very quickly that for with the traditional solution. You can check some information in the web or Google, can check it. Yeah, thank for your time. So in my question is tablet. So any question for here? Hello.
Hi, thank you, Ron. Yeah, I think we probably can say if we have some questions. And also because later we can also send the webinar recording, so everyone can check the recordings. Okay, same. We don't have any questions. Just want to remind everyone, and later we're going to send the recording link. If you and your friends do not have time to join today's webinar, you can also share the recorded link to your colleagues. And also, we are going to host a training tomorrow if you are our dealer. So please also remind you to join our training tomorrow. So I think there is no question, right? And want to say thank you for your time. If there is no more questions, I guess we can close today's webinar.
Yep, so for any question, send me
Yeah,
for my email.
This is my email. Yeah, okay. So thank you everyone for your time. We're going to close today's webinar. Thank you, Ryan. Bye.
Yep, thank you everyone.